So who's ready for a bit of motivation? Who's ready for a bit of inspiration? If you've got big dreams, big hopes, big aspirations, stick around. This talk is for you. So I want to ask you now, before we dive in, I want you to type in the chat, if you have ever felt like your dreams are so big, you don't know how you're ever going to materialize them. They just seem so far out of your realistic opportunities. I feel you. That was me. And I want to take you on my journey from where I was to where I am now. So most people know me for my successes. They know me as the serial entrepreneur. They know me as the successful multiple six-figure businesswoman, the woman in different sectors, the courageous one, the confident one, the one who's not afraid to go against the grain and throw out the rule book and just do it her own way. The rebel, the disruptor, the trailblazer, right? That's me. But what most people don't realize is that for most of my life, I was afraid. I would come home from those high-level meetings and I would be too scared to open my own front door. See, I was in a 15-year abusive relationship where anxiety crippled me. The feeling of overwhelming frustration, of this vulnerability, looking in the mirror with shame and disbelief that this person, this reflection, this imposter was meant to be me. But the worst part of all was that it was my own fear of failure that kept me there, that stopped me from spreading my wings, that stopped me from being who I was meant to be. Because we have a tendency to let fear stop us in our tracks. It paralyzes us, it freezes us, right? And it robs us of our dreams. Have you ever had a time where you've known that something was meant for you? You've known that this is the path you were meant to take, but you're stuck. You can't seem to move. You can't seem to take the action. You're paralyzed. Because that was me for those 15 years. But I knew that I was meant for more. I knew that I had big dreams, big goals, big aspirations. I knew that I was meant to make a big impact in the world. And most of all, I knew that I wanted to be a better role model for my girls. I wanted to show them what a woman was capable of, what a woman was worthy of, and what a woman was made of, right? It was time to do it scared. It was time to woman up, and it was time to lean into the fear. And I did it. And I used all of my strength and all of my might to transmute that fear, to use it to feed this incessant yearning, to ignite this really deep burning, and to build on my inner knowing that I wasn't meant to live ordinary. I wasn't here for mediocrity. I was here to experience extraordinary. I was here to live a legacy. I was here to be a luminary. That's who I was meant to be. And so I ask you now, what is stopping you? What is stopping you from stepping into your dreams? What is stopping you from living the life that you know that you're meant for? Because fear robs us. It robs us of the very essence of who we're meant to be. And this is why I'm so passionate about empowering you to step out of the shadows, step into your light, and become the visionary. Because I dream of a world where we don't have to hide our big dreams, where we can remove all of the shame and the jealousy, where we stand together, united in camaraderie, where we lift each other up, united in our strength as one big family, where women reach, rise, and we roar together because we know all of our gifts are needed for the sake of humanity, where we turn our fear into fuel, we turn our pain into purpose, we turn our dreams into our destiny. This is the way, this is the line, and this is the path of being a visionary. So I ask you now, Who would you be on the other side of your fear? Who would you be if you dared yourself to dream a little bigger? Who would you be if you weren't afraid of being seen?